Get the cake right to the sight sex. Leave the fire and the roof style stuff. On the grind like we're chasing the stars. From Millmore to Du Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like Millermen, hear the roar now. We're Millermen, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. From Millmore to Du Valley.
Good evening and welcome to your latest instalment of Midweek Millers on KB Terrace Talk. We've gone from having just one person doing this podcast on his own to 4. Look at this. How lucky am I to have 3 guests? Let's start with the guests. First of all, to my left, it's the voice of reason who's just come back from his holiday, I believe. Pete, how are you, Pete?
Yeah, all good, mate. A few grand lighter, but all good. Yeah, I'm going to come on show of a day, but I had a spare 10 minutes, but it don't matter, Des. I'm back on today.
You are, yeah.
All good,
Did
mate.
you have a holiday then? Good holiday?
Yeah, spot on, mate. Yeah, sound. Good place. Yeah.
Disneyland Paris, yeah. Right, yeah, that's Pete. Secondly, again, he's not been on as many podcasts this season so far, probably because it's still obviously summertime and holiday season. I think he has 10 holidays a year, this lad. So he's here, though, for today. Mr. King Bush, Lee, how you doing, Lee?
Yeah, I say I'm good. I'm not good, but we'll get into that with Rotherham United. Yeah, I'm just frustrated really at the minute, but we'll get into that in the show. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, I think obviously he did join Mr. Bush on Monday when I was on for the last 15 minutes or so, and I think if you thought that was a rant, I think you're probably going to get a bigger rant tonight, but you'll have to wait and see for that. And last but not least, it looks like he's got a different camera actually. I could be wrong, or a different room. It's Ben. How are you, Ben?
All right, thank you, Bez. Like Lee, I'm pretty fed up of what's happening at the moment, so we'll get into it tonight, I think.
Yeah, okay, lovely stuff. Right, couple of comments first before we do get into it. Luke Birch, evening lads, evening Luke, hope you're okay, my friend. The real Phil Smith, evening everyone. Not seen Lee looking so miserable for a long time. Yeah, well, I think the more times it's appeared on this, the less or the more miserable it becomes. Obviously, because we're watching Rotherham, it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. David Winterton, apparently Rotherham's changed the name to Trialist FC. The club is a joke, and you're right, David. It is a complete joke. Right, where shall we start? Because there's a few things that we do need to cover. I'm not going to go straight into Lee, though, and give his view on the current situation. I'll do that later on in the show. Let's just quickly touch on the friendly game on Saturday. Now, Ben, did you go to the game on Saturday?
No, I didn't.
No. Obviously, Rotherham won the game. Obviously, by the odd goal. It's another game without conceding, which you'd expect is probably a good thing, but we're only playing, Alfreton Town. What were your thoughts on that performance and the lineup?
Well, it was the. I think we got a lot of trialists in, but I mean, we should be scoring more. In my opinion, we can't just keep winning 1-0. Because that doesn't set the precedence. But it just is what it is, and yeah.
Okay, Pete. So what I will ask, I was going to ask you, I'll ask yourself. So obviously, Rotherham are technically unbeaten in pre-season, and if you had a person who didn't know anything about football, he might be saying, "Well, why are Rotherham fans so down in the dumps? They've won every game bar, I think, one where they've drawn. They're not really conceding goals." So my question to you is, in pre-season, are the results important to you? And are the performances important to you, both or neither? Like, how do you see pre-season?
Obviously, the last few games we've played, they've basically been nobody teams, aren't they? Obviously, we've got Derby and Sheffield United next. I think we'll know more then. But obviously, it's not looking good. I've got that many trialists at club. We're in League Two. We should be pulling decent names. We should be no trialists on trial at Rotherham in League Two for me. It's not good, this. But obviously, we'll see how we go against Derby and Sheffield United. That'll see where we're at, I think. The other games, I just think that's for fitness. I think these next two games will see where we're at, Bez, for me. But obviously,
are you going to either game, Derby or Sheffield United?
Nah, I don't bother with friendlies, mate. I'm not paying 15, 18 quid, whatever it is. It's a joke, isn't it?
It is a disgrace, really. I mean, when it went up from 10 quid to 15 quid, I was frustrated. So the fact it's gone up again, even though Rotherham have gone down a level, is just ridiculous, right? Right then, Lee, I tried to keep you to last minute, or not last minute, but the last person to talk. Now, I know there's a lot of things that you'll want to get off your chest, so we may as well start from here. So I assume you're going to go into detail about how poorly Rotherham are run, how Rotherham should be signing these players and they're not, how you expect Rotherham to do this and do that. So the floor is yours, Lee. What do you want to say to all the KB Terrace talkers out there who are watching us right now? What is your message to them?
My message is, I warned you. I warned you in the Championship. I got banned from Radio Sheffield for warning people this is where we was heading. And it ain't going to stop here. Yeah? It is not. People think it's going to stop here. It is not going to stop here. Yeah? We are worse prepared than we was last season. Far worse. Yeah? In fact, we are far worse prepared than we was last season. This is an utter disgrace. How this football club treats its supporters is an utter disgrace. The media have been complicit. Rob Staten has been complicit. Paul Davis has been complicit. And people had a wry smile last season, yeah, when people were telling me, when we get his players back, we're going to get playoffs. Yeah. And I was telling you, it was utter nonsense. Under Matt Amshaw, big boy, we are getting relegated. What happened? Oh, no, we're too good to go down. No, we're not. Yeah. We had that Phil Smith, that idiot, telling us we're going to get in the playoffs. We had Paul Davis, the dodgy car salesman, telling us we're going to get playoffs. And I was telling you, we are utter dog turd and we are heading to League Two. And that's where we ended up, League Two. Yeah. And all these people that laughed at KB Terrace Talk because we got banned and because they wouldn't reply to our emails, everybody was laughing. And I warned you. I said, you're laughing now, but you won't be laughing when you don't get a reply to your email. Yeah. I've heard other people on other podcasts as well saying they've not replied to my email. Wake up. Once you go against the narrative of the football club, you won't get no reply. They will be happy when you're saying, oh, Tony Stewart saved this club. Oh, Matt Amshaw's the next flipping Pep Guardiola. You will get loved by the football club. As soon as you start speaking out, you'll get banned by the football club. You'll get ridiculed by the football club they won't follow their own processes. So their social media process, right, it clearly states, because I've been on it, you will get a warning if you overstep the mark. So fans saying, you overstepped the mark with the AI videos and this, that, the other. We got no warning from the football club, yeah? So they've gone against their own social media policy. They made that up, not me. I didn't make that policy up. The club is an utter disgrace, yeah? They don't like criticism. They don't like people that stand up and say, this isn't right. Because there is too many people at this football club, and people don't like it. I'm going to say it again. It's the council house mentality, yeah? They're the little man, and they allow the rich man to stamp all over them. Yeah, they've never achieved nothing in life, and they're just like, well, we've got a football club. Listen, we won't end up with a football club if this continues. Yeah, we're going to end up in the non-league. Yeah, and you're still going to say, oh God, we've still got Rotherham United. Listen, you can support the football club. I'm not telling people not to go to the games. I'm not telling people not to do like everybody loves Rotherham United. Yeah, I'm not saying stop loving Rotherham United, but stop accepting this bullshit from these people that do not care about Rotherham United. They don't care. Yeah, this is Ken Booth part 2. I'm old enough to remember what happened with Ken Booth. He lost interest and the football club was in massive decline. But I tell you what, you know, that season, even when we had points deductions, yeah, we had a better squad in League Two. We had Stephen Quinn on loan from Sheffield United. We had Shaw. We had some other player. I can't remember. 3 players from Sheffield United. Yeah, we stayed up comfortably. Had we not got the points deduction, we'd have got promoted. We'd have got in the playoffs. Yeah, but this season, this squad is pathetic. Yeah, we haven't even had a pre-season tour, for crying out loud. And he's telling you need to buy season tickets. Rotherham, I think, are the 3rd or 2nd highest season ticket sales in the league, and they've got the highest prices in the league. Salford have only sold 500 season tickets. 500. We've sold 5,000, yeah? And look at the players they're signing compared to us. They took Powell off us. I'm not bothered about Powell, but realistically, we couldn't compete with Salford's wages for Powell. They've signed Matty Langstaff. Just go and look at their signings compared to our signings, and we have sold 5,000 season tickets. And we're selling as best striker. Nombe will be sold. We're selling Hall, and we're replacing them with trialists. They're saying about this goalkeeper that's got released by Gillingham. Fucking Gillingham. What on earth is going on? Yeah, people are accepting it. You've got to try. Oh, we might wait 3 or 4. The season starts in how many days? 20 days, is it now? The season starts. We're going to get splattered by Sheffield United again. I played a clip of Matt Amshaw's pre-season interview. We need bodies. We need bodies. He may as well be in Matt Amshaw's body, Bruce, because he's saying the same shit. The pictures are bad. We need more bodies. Injuries. We've got a player on trial and he's injured. And we're still faffing around with him. Fuck him off, he's injured. Didn't we learn anything from last season in signing players that just get fucking injured? It's insane. But these people now, yeah, that are moaning that they're not getting responses from the football club is I told you so. I told you this would happen. Yeah. When it happens to you, everybody should be, oh, no, it happened to me and nobody give a damn. Oh, yeah, Bushy got banned. Great. It's great news. It's not great news now, though, is it? Now you don't hear anything from the football club and you're all going, what's going on? They don't care about us fans. Well, I've no sympathy for you because, end of the day, I warned you. You didn't listen. You didn't stand together and be united as a Rotherham United. You just went and thought, oh, we'll just go against somebody because we don't like his opinion. Because you were actually telling the truth. And rather than admit that I was telling the truth, you want to say, oh, well, yeah. Yeah, you've gone silent, haven't you? You've gone silent. Like you do. You do it from your fake profiles with your no faces and dodgy things and try and abuse people. That's all you do. But real Rotherham United fans that care about this football club are here trying to battle against the football club and trying to give a voice to you fans. So you either stand with us or you stand with Tony Stewart and see if he'll give you a lift in his Lamborghini, because he won't. He won't be seen dead with you because you broke from Rotherham. Yeah, that's how he looks at you. Yeah, that's the honest truth. That's how he looks at you. He looks at you as a cash cow. McLaren's come out today. We need some patience. We need some this, that, and the other. You need to buy stuff. And
needs help. Yeah, needs help.
Yeah, you need help. It's nonsense. It is really nonsense. They're going to get nothing short of nearly £1 million for Nombe. They're going to get roughly around 600,000-700,000 for Hull. They've just got a windfall from the World Cup for Martha playing at the World Cup. We have got rid of every single eye earner we had last season. And we've not even been, other clubs have been paying players through pre-season. We haven't had any players to pay. We didn't even pay for the team to bond and go on holiday together. We did last season with Amshaw. So that's why I'm telling you, we're in a worse position now than we was last season. And it's an even worse fall from grace, because if it goes wrong this season, we're going to non-league. I can never remember in my lifetime Mansfield selling more season tickets than Rotherham. Mansfield Town are leaving us in as trails in League One. They'll end up getting promoted to the Championship. It is just terrible. But anyway, there'll be still people that'll say, Tony Stewart saved us football club. Yeah, and I'll tell you, so did Ken Booth, and look how that ended up. We are sleepwalking now. This is beyond a joke. This isn't fair on the football fans. We need to stick together and we need to protest at this football club, how it's been run, how the fans have been treated, the prices we're paying for substandard football, for a substandard budget. Yeah. McLaren's come in just to make people think, oh, he is spending money. He's doing it as a favour. He's not even probably getting paid. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even on a paid role. It wouldn't surprise me. This football club, Tony Stewart is draining every single penny out of this football club. He's selling all its assets because he wants to sell up and ship off. But the problem with that is the football club's going to be worth nothing by the time it's done, because he's sold all its assets and it's going to be in the non-league. Over and out.
Yeah, great speech there, really, from yourself there, Lee. And I don't think anyone can disagree with what you're saying. I'm in exactly the same boat as you. I remember, actually, I used to listen to Radio Sheffield every night. Like, I won't listen to it live. I'd listen to it back like the next day or whatever. When I was traveling, I was doing like 2 hours traveling a day. And I remember Rotherham were in the Championship and they were struggling again under Paul Warne because, let's face it, he always struggled in the Championship.
That was me you was listening to, Bess. And Rob Staten told me I should be thankful that Tony Stewart saved our football club and that we're in the Championship. And what am I moaning at? And I said, we will not stay in the Championship. Yeah. We'll just yo-yo, and then eventually it will go pop. And when it goes pop, it will go pop, pop, pop. Yeah. And the next thing we do, we're playing Matlock in a league fixture. That's where it ends up, this does. I'm telling you now. Yeah. Well, we'll end up in administration again. We'll end up with money troubles again, because he's going to sell up and ship off. It probably not even sell it because it'd be worth. Well,
he owns, and don't forget as well, he owns the football ground. So when Lee says it's the exact same position as Ken Booth, it literally is the exact same position. So
because he wants overinflated rent. This is what Ken Booth did. If you don't remember, when Tony Stewart took the football club, we had to move to Don Valley because Tony Stewart wouldn't pay the rent that Ken
Booth was the right thing to at the time. Yeah.
And then he wouldn't also. He wanted too much for the stadium. That's why we built the new stadium. The same's going to happen again. Wakey, guys. Wake up.
Yeah.
Think about it. That's what's going to happen. He wants too much rent. That's why all the sales have fallen through. And this is what's going to happen. We're going to be left with Tony Stewart saying, I can't pay the bills anymore. Because what he's going to do now is asset stripping. So your Sam Nombe's, your top earners, the budget's going to be crap. It's not even a promotion challenging budget for League Two. It's going to be crap. And then what's going to happen is we're going to sail down to the conference. Fans are going to disappear. He's going to put the club up for sale. Nobody will want to buy it. And then it's going to be like, here we go. I'm just going to write this off like Ken Booth did and walk away. And then it'll go into administration. But we're in a worse position than ever. Than absolutely ever. Trust me.
And
this ain't ending well. This is not ending well.
I think as well.
To wake people up, but There you go.
If Rotherham were to get relegated either this year or next year or whenever, then it don't matter what Stuart's done in the past. He'd go down as the worst ever Rotherham chairman. That's where we're at the minute. And as I said, Lee, obviously, they're really passionate. Now, I'm going to read your comments in a minute. I'm just going to go quickly to Pete and Ben. I'll start with Ben. Ben, just as well, I've got his comment here. Ben to speak a little. Yeah, okay. So just go right. So then, what's your thoughts on what Lee said, and then the current situation with Rotherham? Where do you stand?
Lee, you took words out of my mouth. I can't match with what you said. You're absolutely on point, Lee. It's just heartbreaking, isn't it? Absolutely heartbreaking for me. I mean, I've been supporting.
It is for all of us, Ben, mate. It really is. And people may not like me, and people may not like what I have to say, but I have to blame my dad. Rotherham United is my team, and it breaks my heart that we are doing this to us fans. And some of the fans, I can't stand them. Yeah. Some of them, but I don't wish this on anybody. I don't. I didn't even wish it on Sheffield Wednesday, and I got stick for that. But I don't think any football fan should be treated the way we are being currently treated by the owner. It's just utter disgusting. And Ben, you said it perfectly. It's heartbreaking, mate. It is. Yeah, it is actually heartbreaking.
I just want to echo one final point. I've been a supporter for 13 years now, and this is the first time that we've seen us in League Two since I very first supported Rotherham. And I'll just sum up one word, it's heartbreaking. I'll just sum up one word.
Pete, what about yourself? Anything that you disagree with what Lee said?
Yeah, Lee's missed one positive thing, though. They've cleaned the ground.
Been washed.
Yeah, they've actually cleaned the stadium, haven't they?
I think
after I posted it on X, that was funny, wasn't it?
Just on that though, and you know what, right, Pete? This is where the football club are at the minute, right? So Rotherham United today put out like 6-7 pictures of the ground being cleaned, right? I don't think any other football team will do that. Rotherham are doing it because they know they've not got anything else to give the fans. They're not going to announce
it. It's because we've been saying it, Bez.
Well, yeah.
That's what it is.
Listen, the fact that we put those photos out, I mean, it's bog standing. That's the first time they've been cleaned since the ground opened in 2012. They should get cleaned every season, 2 or 3 times every season, not just once. So sorry, Pete. What were you going to say, Pete?
Obviously, and we had Mr. Stewart saying if we sold season tickets, we'd get that striker. What striker do we get? Cal Vassell on the trial. That's how bad it is, mate. I didn't even want Vassell anyway, but was he 33 and we've got him on trial? It's not going to disgrace in it.
Can I ask you, you got a season ticket? Have you ever thought about, do you know what, I'm not going next year?
I get it up last year, Bez. I get it up.
Oh, so you haven't got a season
ticket? After Steve Evans, I get it up, mate. Yeah.
So next season, are you not going to go to games then?
I'll just pick and choose them, mate. I'm not going to the game now.
Okay. Interesting. Right, let's get through some points. We've got a lot to get through. So Dusty Miller says it's utter rubbish. Miller Man, evening gents, don't understand why we aren't signing players. Are we skin? Yes, we are, Miller Man. If so, how are we funding Stephen McLaren? He has got to be on a decent wage. Is his wage taking up too much of the budget? Probably. Lee obviously mentioned earlier that McLaren's come in, and it's probably more as a favour to Stewart than anything else. So he's either not being paid a lot, and that's why he's here, or he's been paid a lot, and that's why there's no wages for players to come in. It'll be one or the other, Miller Man.
There's something dodgy going on. Sorry, quickly. There's something dodgy going on with this football club as well. So I don't know what's going on with the goalkeeping coach, but he has been in place for a good month.
Yeah, I was talking to him, yeah.
The club has still not announced that is here. What on earth is going on?
Yeah, I agree completely. Billy Oldman, I really want to find out what's happening with our football club. These signs we've made, I haven't got a clue who any of them are. Really worrying. Yeah, completely agree. Kayla, when's Zombie going to MK Dons? I mean, again, I thought the deal was
the deal's more or less done, but I believe Bolton have come in with a last-ditch bid, but he'll be gone. Don't worry about that.
So, okay.
Don't worry about that.
Sean Gennard, buy more season tickets, he said, and yet we've hit 5,000 now, and he's promised us a decent striker. I went to that lot last Saturday, and we were so light up top. Carl Vassell up there on his own, on trial at 33 years old, isn't the answer. Realistically, we've only got just over 2 weeks until our first real game against West Brom. No sign of any new signings coming in either. Probs wait until last minute and get left over loan sign in as per usual. We are a laughing stock in this. And yet, Sean, can't disagree with anything that you've said. Millerman, sad times, we are losing our club. We are. Alan Bates, I said this 12 months ago. Miller's 05 all over again. He's taking us all for mugs. He wants out but doesn't want to let go of the ground. Yeah, completely right, Alan. And Sean, this is the first season supporting the Millers in 46 years that I'm dreading the season kicking off because we know what's coming our way. And barring an absolute miracle, it's going to be a rubbish shit show. Now, it's interesting you say that, Sean, because I'm the same, actually. I always, at this stage, start looking forward to the season. You know, the World Cup's over. It's literally 3 weeks or 2 weeks until the first league game of the season. This is where you normally get excited. But I'm the same as yourself, Sean. I'm almost contemplating not going. I've got a season ticket. I've paid the first instalment. But I was sat here earlier today at work thinking, do you know what, I might not go. Now, I probably will still go. But it's the first time that I've genuinely thought about not going. And that is sad. That is very, very sad. Right. What I do want to do, I want to try and talk about something a little bit positive, if we can. And I know it's not the best thing in the world, but we have got our 4 promising youngsters who have signed professional deals. I'll start with you, Pete. Obviously, the 4 players are what the Harrison Duncan's 1, Cohen Lee is 2. I can't remember the 2. Anyone remember the 2?
Is it Gardner?
Yeah, Dean Gardner,
Dean
3.
Gardner.
And there's one more, isn't there?
I'm not sure. I thought there were 3, Mez.
No,
Video last, there were 3 of them.
Anyway, what's your thoughts on the signings? I mean, again, it's not real signings. They're just these youngsters. They do look like a couple of them have got something to offer. So what's your thoughts on them signing new contracts?
Yeah, I thought that Cohen Lee played all right when he came into the team. I thought he did really well. Obviously, I do rate Duncan very highly. He'll probably get a chance this season, to be fair. He looks a very good, promising young player. I don't know too much about Garner. Did he score against Salford in Thingy Cup?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But yeah, they all look decent young'uns, to be fair. It's not usually we get young'uns coming through, do we? Or look quite decent, so... It is a positive, mate. I think, yeah, them 3.
You are right. He's only 3, not 4. So you are right. It was there 3. So can you see then, Ben? Can you see these players being a part of the first team squad next year?
Yeah, I think they will. I think they're fantastic young players, and I think they'll get more than enough time at squad this year, and let's see how they get on, because I think they're fantastic players, absolutely fantastic.
Okay. Again, I know you're in a really angry mood, Lee. What's your thoughts on these signings, or do you not really care?
Mate, the young kids, yeah, it's nice that we're getting young kids through the ranks. Are they good enough? Not 100% sure. I'm with Pete. I'm more convinced that Harrison, whatever he's called, Duncan, will be a decent player.
Yeah.
But are they going to be starting every week in League 2? They'll get bullied. Sorry, but they will get bullied. They're just going to chuck them in at deep end and they're going to sink, unfortunately. They need experience around them to develop them as players. They needed to have gone away on a training camp like every other football club does. We haven't done that. We put little investment into our academy anyway. So why are we expecting it to pull out some superstars? It's just not going to happen. But unfortunately, them boys are going to be ones getting hurled abuse at when the season starts, because we're going to be bottom end of League Two, and then the fans are going to turn on them whether they're young or not, because that's what happens in football. So I feel sorry for them young lads, I really do, because it's not them that you should be shouting your abuse at. It should be the owners. Paul Douglas, he's the worst rat of them all, and Tony Stewart, he's just an old drunk. So them two is where the anger needs to go. And you need to make their stay in Rotherham. When you see them, let them know what you think about them scumbags, because I certainly will be.
Unfortunately, the point you make, I think, about the youngsters is actually a brilliant one. You know, if they are part of the first team squad, and let's face it, they're not going to be.
You're going to have to be. You're going to have to be a big stand.
Yeah, and you're right, you know, because they are part of the first team squad, and Rotherham lose, they are going to be given grief. And you're right, it's not the right. They're not the right people to be throwing or hurling abuse at, but you can't help it, can you? When you're in a stadium and Cohen Lee picks up the ball and passes it out of play, you're going to get angry.
The problem is you'll have got people that will have had a drink, that will have spent top end League One money to watch these players. They don't care if the young lads, they're going to hurl abuse at them, unfortunately, because they're going to think, well, I've spent all this money. And that's on the chairman. It's on the chairman. These young lads don't deserve that. How you should bed youngsters in is into a winning, successful team around experience, and then you give them 20 minutes at end of games, and then as the season sort of ends, they get longer games if you're not playing for anything. These are going to be hurled in because we've got no other players. Yeah, they're going to be playing week in, week out. Youngsters make mistakes. The problem is with youngsters, the mentality isn't the same as an experienced pro. Some of them will just fall by the wayside, and that'll be the end of the career. And the next time you'll see them, they'll be playing for Parkgate or somebody on a Sunday morning. That's how it happens, unfortunately. It's happened with so many players that Rotherham have produced. The only time it's ever worked is when we have had a successful team and you gradually bring them in, like we did when Ronnie were there, when we gradually put Chris Sedgwick in, then Monkhouse gradually come in. Yeah. It works that way. It worked with Ben Wiles when we were successful in the Championship, and we sort of breaded him into a winning team, not into this shit. Come on, you wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy. You just wouldn't, would you? It's poor. It really is poor. So, and the fact that we're announcing 3 young kids as though we've signed Ronaldinho, Cucurella, and fucking I don't know what. That's how we do it. But that's what the football club is. It is that embarrassing that the big news this week is that we've cleaned the stadium.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get across.
Let that sink in. That's how embarrassing we are. Yeah, we can't even banter any teams anymore. I'm dreading playing fucking Chesterfield. That's how bad it's got. I don't think we'll beat Chesterfield.
Go on, Ben.
I think I'm going to that one. It's the day after my birthday, so.
Well, good luck, Ben.
Yeah, good luck.
I
will actually ask everyone. Actually, we don't really know, but out of those 3 youngsters, which one do you think will have the better career?
Duncan.
I think Duncan myself. Personally.
Duncan. Then who are you going for?
Duncan.
Everyone's going for Alison Duncan. Fair enough then. Okay. Right, let's move on. So we've mentioned it a couple of times. What is it? Just over 2 weeks until the first cup game of the season, which is West Brom. And then a week after that, it is the first league game against Cheltenham. Russ, evening, Russ. Hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome in. I will recommend, Russ, that you do eventually go back and watch the start of the podcast, because Lee's been saying some quite interesting and quite positive thoughts. So I'll let you go back to them. Right. 2 weeks, 3 weeks till the season starts. So I know that at the minute we sat here with literally 12 players or 12 first team players. I know we're still waiting on who's working behind the scenes. We're still waiting for this, waiting for that. Pete, what do you want to see happen between now and the West Brom game? Like, if you could have the perfect window for this between now and West Brom, what would you want to see happen?
I want Nombe announced tomorrow, gone. Then on Monday, influx of players coming in, 5 or 6. They might be on hold till Nombe goes. We don't know, do we? But hopefully they are on hold till Nombe goes, which is a bit embarrassing, really. And we've got players on hold because we've got to sell one. It shouldn't be like that in League 2 for Rotherham. It wouldn't happen in League 1 with Rotherham. Never mind League 2. It's just, I don't know. Even though I did say we'd be top 2, but I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Do you believe that is so? Obviously, we did get told. I think the manager has come out and said that we're waiting on selling Nombe. So, do you genuinely believe that as soon as Nombe goes, we'll bring in 5, 6, 7 players?
Yeah, we brought a few in, didn't we? Last week with 3 players.
Yeah,
yeah.
Before when, yeah.
So you'll watch as soon as Nombe goes, with an influx of players. I reckon that's my prediction. I've just got a feeling, mate.
And just lastly, then, see, you just mentioned it. As it stands now, and knowing in your mind that we have got a few players to come in, where do you think Rotherham will finish in the league?
I know. I did say top 2, didn't I? With this current team.
Well, no, I want you to think that you've got the current team. Obviously, a couple are going out, and we will bring in 10 players. They're not good to get in, but we will bring 10 players in.
Top 6. I'm still saying top 6, mate.
Wow, look at that! Look at that, Lee.
It's got to be positive, aren't we? For once.
Ben, what about yourself? So, we're 2 weeks till the season starts in terms of the League Cup. What do you want to see happen between now and the first game of the season?
More transfers, like what Pete said. Nombe may be gone. I just want more signings, really, to like boost the squad and stuff, and to really get this season started.
So is that again? Get this season started? Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough then. I'll come back to yourself, Lee, and I know it's hard to think positively. I get that completely. But I tell you what, rather than me asking what you think will happen, or what you want to happen, sorry, do you think we'll bring in 10 players between now and the end of the transfer window?
Is this a trick question? I've absolutely no idea. I've absolutely no idea. There should be, they've got to be, but I've no idea. But the fact is, why on earth are we in a position where we're having to sign 10 players a week before the season's starting? That ain't good preparation. It's horrendous. It is absolutely horrendous. And what you're asking me, what I want to see happen this week. So I hope the Grim Reaper comes and texts Tony Stewart and he takes his last breath on this earth. I hope somebody comes and, I don't know, kidnaps Paul Douglas, takes him to a dark alley and does whatever naughty people do to people in a dark alley. And then I hope the club's sold. And then I hope we've got new owners. And then I can feel like Sheffield Wednesday. You know what? I was so jealous the other night. I heard the new Sheffield Wednesday owner, young, ambitious person that's got all these thoughts and all these plans, what he wants to do. And he's talking to the fans and he's articulating it. And I'm thinking, we've got Tony Stewart. The guy's probably drunk in the golf club right now, telling us that he's going to sign Francis Jeffers, forgetting that we're not in 1998 anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how bad it's become. Tony Stewart has ruined this football club. End of story. He's ruined any chances we had of doing anything. Now, I'm not going to give you a prediction of where we're going to finish, because I said we would finish as champions. I said we'd absolutely walk this division, because we should, because we're Rotherham United in a shit division. Yeah, but I can't say that at the minute until I see who comes in. I'm just hoping that Tony Stewart proves me wrong and he goes out, and when Sam Nombe goes, we get 10 players of first team quality, and then I say, wow, I think we've got a chance now. Because it can happen. Let's be honest. If we sign, I don't know, Paul Mullin, or then we sign Brandon Williams, and then we sign, I don't know, just for instance, we're not going to, Dango is just going to United side, but of that ilk, or the top creme de la creme of League Two, then I'm going to say, regardless of preparation, quality is quality. It stands out at that level. If you spend the money at this level, you'll walk the division. That's it. So if we do that, then I'm going to look an idiot if I say we're going to get relegated. But if this team was to play tomorrow, what we have currently got, that team gets relegated. That's without doubt. That team that we have got, that squad of players, if nobody else were to come in, because don't forget, we're not playing Sam Nombe and we're not playing Hall, so they don't play for us. Forget about them. Forget about it. They're gone. But the squad of players we've got, you'll see what happens on Saturday against Sheffield United. We're going to get absolutely pulverised, smashed to pieces.
Just a few comments then. So Millers and Moore says, "Be we will finish top 3." And then he goes on to say, "Patient, gent." So what would be your response to that, Pete? So Millers and Moore is asking us to be patient.
Yeah, I know what Tom's saying. I think we're just being patient on Nombe sale, aren't we? That's all it is. As soon as Nombe goes, I think we'll sign players. I think it's all on Nombe, this. And that it's stupid saying it, but I just think it is.
Pete, the problem is, the article today says it's nothing to do with that. There's no signings imminent. That's what it said in the article today.
I read that.
So the article today isn't suggesting we're waiting on that, because they're saying there's no signings imminent. So we haven't got people lined up. People are thinking we're run like a football club. We're run like a ASD Lighting backstreet corner shop. That's what we run like. People overestimate how badly we're run. And I've seen Tom coming out with utter nonsense. Be positive. What is there to be positive about? Have you looked at our actual squad? People told me to be positive last season, and I told you what would happen. What you need to do, and you're talking for patience. I'm about as patient as you are, Tom, at waiting at a bar for a pint. I'm not very patient, and I'm not going to be told to be patient this season, because I've been patient the last 4 fucking years, and look where that's got me. Yeah, we're in League 2. Wakey, boys. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man, be patient.
Russ, we're not equipped, lads, for the start of the season, in my opinion. But what calibre of the influx of players, Pete? They have to be an influx of players to matter promotion for us, for me, and that's the minimum, without saying we've the divine right to go straight back up. So he's obviously told you that when you said, Pete, you thought there were players lined up to come in when Nombe goes. So I think he's asking you, like, what calibre of player they have to be for, like, you and me and Lee to say, all right, fair enough, they're actually some good signings.
If you look at Sheffield, what Sheffield Wednesday did, they went down, new ownership. They've signed some quality players what are already ready for Championship. Why can't we just sign decent League 1 players in League 2 what be ready for the jump back up? We shouldn't be second best in this league. We're the biggest club in league. You know what I mean? We should be signing decent players.
Let me ask you, I'm going to come back to Lee actually on this one. I'm going to ask Lee this one, right? So when Rotherham United were in League 2 under Tony Stewart last time, so ignore, obviously he took over, I can't remember exactly when he took over, but he took over, Rotherham went to Don Valley. Don Valley was actually a failure because Rotherham didn't win promotion at all. And then the first year back in New York, they won promotion, right? So,
but we had players. Look at that squad. We had Daniel Nordiello. We had Lee Brecklington.
I'm not answering that. So listen. So Tony Stewart was the chairman at Rotherham United and oversaw Carrie Arneson coming in, Lee Fretzigan coming in, Daniel Nordiello coming in. So why is Tony Stewart decided, I'll tell you what, I want this club to get to a Championship or whatever, and then 15 years later, just say, I don't care. Like, what's
he's
changed?
an old man. He's an old man. His priorities changed, and I don't blame him for that. But sell the club. Yeah, he's an old man now. He's not got no ambition. Listen to him talk. He can barely get 3 words out. He sounded like Tom on a Sunday show sometimes when he'd had too much drink. Yeah, he's not making any sense. And this is the problem. He doesn't make any sense. He's always drunk. He's always in the golf club. He doesn't care anymore. That's the problem. He does not care anymore about this football team. And sooner people realise that, the better. Yeah, he's stopped caring. Back then, he was a younger, ambitious guy. He purchased a stadium. He wanted to get Rotherham to the Premier League, rightly or wrongly. And in fairness, he did a fantastic job at that stage. Nobody could fault him at that stage. Nobody's questioning him back then. What we're questioning is what we see now. We can only go on the here and now. You can't dine off something forever. It's like me flipping, you win a boxing match, the next fight, you lose it. You can't dine off the previous boxing match. You've lost it. Yeah? You've got to live in the future. And now, sadly, he has lost interest in the football club. He's trying to recuperate money that he's probably lost previously. He's trying to recuperate that. But he just does not care about taking Rotherham United any further. All he's caring is that it's operational so he can potentially get a sale down the line. If somebody comes in with an offer, but he wants too much money. So we're going to be in a situation where we was with Ken Booth. Yeah. When we was in League Two, in the season that we got administration, we had a better squad than we've got now. When Tony Stewart had us in League Two, we had a much better squad and a much better budget. This season is going to be another write-off. We ain't going to get anywhere unless this influx of players that Pete has talked about. I hope Pete's right. I hope these influx players come in. And that's why I'm saying I'm not giving you a prediction at the minute. Yep. Because I think Rotherham United at League Two level should be a cheat code. You can sign the best players at that level because we've got the best stadium in the league. We've got probably the best fan base in the league. There's not many other teams that are selling 5,000 season tickets at League Two level and not for the prices our fans are paying. These are who I feel sorry for, is the actual fans. I feel sorry for the fans that are paying top-end money and they're just getting fobbed off and ignored and everything else. Hopefully we do get promotion and hopefully we can be positive. But as things stand on whatever date it is today, I don't think there's much to be positive about. And if you read the room and if you read social media, the majority of people now are fed up and they've had enough. You've seen people in the chat, they've been following the club for years and they're just we're at a point where we're not angry anymore. We're just heartbroken. We're kind of being beaten to a pulp. I'm not looking forward to the season. I've always looked forward to watching Rotherham every season, no matter what. But this season, I just think I'm dreading it starting. I'm dreading playing Sheffield United next week because we're going to get pumped again.
Russ, I don't want an influx of nobodies. And well said, Bushy. Bad presentation. Millers and more. Wow, Bushy wants Stewart gone. Up the Millers, guys. Tony Stewart out. I agree with you, Bushy. That's from Callum. Millers and more. Be positive, Bushy. Russ, I'd rather you, Bushy. Sheffield lad, and could quite easily have been a United or Wednesday eye. So fair play, mate. Irrespective of your dad being a Martin Miller. Hope he's on the mend, by the way, Bushy.
Thank you, Russ. Absolutely do appreciate that, mate. I managed to get a flight for him home, so he's back home now. He had pneumonia in Greece, so very worrying times. But we've got him home, and he is better, and he is the reason why I'm a Rotherham fan. So you have to blame him. So all the Rotherham fans that don't like me being a Rotherham fan, blame him. But yeah, I'll always support Rotherham United, and it's just heartbreaking, like Ben said earlier.
Yeah. It's okay being patient. That should have been up 2 weeks ago, but be patient with 2 weeks ago is an alarm for concern for me. Yeah, agree. The real Phil Swift comment of the night, that Lee. I'm not sure which comment he's referring to, but
All
one
of
of the
them.
comments he made.
They're all good.
Yeah. If you could highlight which particular comment you're on about, Phil, interesting. Dusty says, calm down, Bushy. Samuel, but in all seriousness, where is the money going to come from? 5,000 tickets sold, only make 2.5 million. I'm not really sure what Sam's saying there.
Sam, tell me where the money's coming from Salford, who sold 500, and I think it's £6 less than our tickets. So tell me where their money's come to sign the players they've signed. Good night.
Millers and more, we will go up, no issue. This is the Elfin. Big Jim, we're waiting on Nombe, lads. Forget what media say. It's true. Tony Stewart gave a fuck and then don't. Simple. Yeah, I just answering my question, what I asked of Lee. Tony Wood, Steve McCarron is the biggest white elephant that's ever been seen. He's definitely on big money too. To have watching the seats of the big news this week is disgraceful. What's your thoughts on that, Ben? Steve McClaren, the biggest white elephant he's seen. So, what's your thoughts on this comment there?
When Steve McClaren first came in, I was quite positive. I was looking forward to see what he can offer. I believe it's gone a bit flat during the last couple of weeks, but I hope things get better. I hope things get better from here.
Okay. Mills and more. God, wait for my show where I say about non-doom and gloom. Seriously, League Two. Tony Wood, Lee Clark had the fans and had the honesty. TF didn't care about that and gone down this restructure rubbish. It's League Two, decent fan, a couple of wingers, and you get promoted. Okay, and they just who gives a fuck about Sheffield United? I'm not really sure what that's about. The real filter is the one about being as patient as Tom waiting for a beer in a pub. However, the one about Sunday shows after a few beers was great as well. Samuel, the money for Salford is coming from Gary Neville in the class of 92. I actually thought Gary Neville pulled away from it actually as well, to be honest with you. So what do you say to that then?
So you're just highlighting the fact that they've got a good chairman that puts money in, and we've got shit one that done. Brilliant. Well done, Sam.
Well, what I don't understand is, I don't know if you're aware, and I know there are ways around it before anyone kind of comes back at me, but there are actually restrictions in League Two. So I don't know what the wage is, but you can only pay up to a certain wage anyway. So to say that Salford are kind of overspending, they're probably not. It just looks like we're properly underspending as opposed to them overspending. I think Salford. You know what? I think Salford, even though they've signed a lot of good players, I can see them just getting in playoffs and failing again. They seem to have got something about them where they can't get out of League Two because this was their 5th or 6th season. So I actually don't worry about Salford. I'm more worried about what Lee said earlier. Chesterfield, I think that Rotherham, I think they'll lose the first 3 games. Chesterfield, York, and I can't remember the other team, or Cheltenham. I think they'll lose all 3 games, unfortunately. Callum, just by the way, I just saw that David De Gea is a Rotherham goalkeeper, ex-Man U, yeah. Get him in. Russ, away day fist-ups in League 2, LA. Born a Miller, die Miller, even if we hit the National League. Callum, can't go to Rotherham anymore. I love them because just can't watch them if they're going down again. Same with Barnsley, they can't get out because they're rubbish as well. Russ says we're stuck in a time warp. Right, we've got quite a lot of viewers actually, so I really appreciate everyone who's watched. Obviously, there's still not a lot to discuss. Obviously, we've not had a signing for what seems like forever. The friendlies don't seem to be the most exciting. I mean, one thing I did want to talk about, and I'll ask you, Pete, like how frustrating is it that Rotherham play the same teams every single pre-season? Like that's something to do with Tony Stewart. Why can't we play? I don't even care if it's not foreign. Why can't we play just Wednesday or something? Just someone different than United every year. What's your thought?
Didn't we say this on other show, were we? When I says why can't we play like Lazio, or then you says, does it matter? I think it does. It does matter playing better teams.
It gets a crowd in.
Yeah, Rangers, Celtic, you get all them coming down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem is, Pete, the reason we don't do it is because a lot of these clubs charge to play friendly, especially the bigger clubs. So they'll charge a smaller club to actually play them in a friendly. So that's a no. That once Tony Stewart sees that, he's back.
He could make his money back on ticket sales and
you will
stuff, couldn't
he?
he? It's not really a good businessman, is it?
That is where proper football clubs run, Pete. We're not run like that. It's like when you say players give new contracts. You're not going to end up paying that contract, but if you give the player the new contract and then you sell them, you get that money back. You never end up paying the contract anyway. We're just not probably done with that.
But yeah, like I say, it's same friendlies every year, isn't it? It's a bit boring now.
Totally agree.
It is.
Lee, let me ask you about this then. So, Alan Bates, where is Steve McLaren? Has he done a runner? 13, 14 throws 2 weeks before it starts is very worrying. Now, what I want to ask you, Lee, is so when McLaren came in, I think 90% of Rotherham fans were quite positive about it, right? And I still sat here and I'm still positive that Steve McLaren is at the club. It's a positive more than a negative. So the fact that Rotherham, obviously, in your opinion, have been run poorly, they've obviously not brought many players in. Do you blame Steve McLaren at all, or is it purely on Tony Stewart from your point of view?
No, I don't blame Steve McLaren at all. He can only work with what he's got. You see, the problem is everybody. So people say I was harsh on Matt Amshaw, this, that, and the other. But it doesn't matter who the manager is. If this club is run the way it is run, nobody's going to succeed as manager. You can get who you want. They're just not going to. If you're not football, as much as people hate to admit it, football is about money. It's about budgets. If you've got a top end budget, you'll be top end of the table. That's how it works. That's how the football pyramid works. We are now in a substandard budget. So if we got promotion, it'd be from pure luck rather than planning. Unless we go out and we do something that we've not done this summer and go and spend like there's no tomorrow. But we're not going to do that if we've got the top end budget. We're not going to have even a top budget in League Two. So there's no desire from the football club to get out of League Two. There were no desire for the football club to get out of League One last season because Matt Amshaw's budget were cut. Yeah. They didn't expect to get relegated, but they did.
Well, let me ask you that, Lee, then. So we were all massive, we didn't like Matt Amshaw. We wanted him gone. Do you somehow sit here and think a little bit like, actually, I felt sorry for Amshaw because obviously he's been dealing with a lot behind the scenes? Or do you still think, no, don't rate him, should have gone earlier? Like, where do you give him any kind of...
Listen, I don't have anything personal against Matt Amshaw. I'm sure he's a lovely bloke. I'm sure he was a good coach. But he should never have been given that job.
Okay.
And I don't think that was his fault. Like, if somebody said to you, if Tony Stewart bring you up tomorrow and offered you the Rotherham job, you're going to take it on. Yeah. And I believed he thought he could work with what he's been given. Same as Alex Bruce. But realistically, they're all just being fed to the wolves.
Lies, yeah. Well, do you think that...
I don't know, because when Matt Amshaw come, he said he knew the budget and he was happy with it. Alex Bruce has said the same. So I don't think he's actually fed them any lies. I think he's told them that the budget's reduced and they think they can work with what they've got. But obviously they're not good enough to do that. You've got to be really lucky if you finish above where your salary. Look at all the top teams. More or less, they finish where their salary is, don't they? Unless you get the odd exception. But realistically, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, all of them, they paid the highest money. They're in the top three. That's how it works. That's the football pyramid. Yeah, and you have to do something special to finish above where your budget is in football. Okay. That's my view.
Callum, why not we play Mill damn, they're probably beat us with their eye shot. I'm not sure who he's referring to there.
The pub, I think.
Which one, sorry?
No, damn, it's a pub, innit? In Rotherham.
I don't know, is it? I don't know.
Yeah,
Right,
I
okay.
think it is, yeah.
Russ, can you remember, lads, when we played that French team free season friendly in the was it Mainz? We beat them 2-1, I think.
Yeah, I remember that, Russ. Yeah.
German club.
It was when we did a pre-season tour. We went abroad.
What the German?
New York. He was in New York. He was at New York Stadium, Lee.
Oh, German, weren't they?
Yeah, Germany. Yeah.
German, yeah.
Yeah, we played two.
We played some foreign teams when we went abroad with.
That Paul Warren, that weren't it? Yeah.
Paul Warren, yeah. Sure.
It weren't like, but those games, Lee, we only played like second or third division, like Spanish sides when that were on show. We played Mainz, and I think we played Cologne as well in the same season at New York Stadium. So yes, Russ, I remember that. Caleb, Lee, when do you think number will get announced?
I think it'll be before the end of the week.
Okay. Sam, David Boy's first game for Sunderland is Rotherham United. Biggest friendly match. We never got a big crowd for friendly.
Oh, just one for Kaylee. I just need to let Kaylee know.
Go on.
We got a random follow the other day of Johnson Clark Harris, so he may want to come on.
Yeah. There you go, Kaylee.
I'll keep you posted.
Callum, Numby will be gone tomorrow if it's not announced. Sean, Stephen Collins works the club for any less than 10k a week. He's been here for nearly 3 months now and not much progress. Should have had his coaches in place for end of May and play start coming by mid-June. This club is months behind now. Like Bess says, we will lose our first 3 games. Cheltenham going to be tough nut to crack. Then York and Chiswick will beat us back by full away ends. Yeah, can't disagree there. Russ, they were German. Russ, yeah, just replying to Russ there. Tough start. What team talk is this? Real Madrid. It's Rotherham United at Tough Start. So welcome along. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Callum, do their sound Spanish? No, stop being silly, pal. John, Tony has less than 12 months to find a buyer. Nobody's going to fall for his season ticket strike a claim again. The current flight of the club falls at the feet of one person, TS. Bushy should know Mill, damn it, used to be called Alpine. Bushy? Any idea?
Yeah, no, the Alpine one, yeah.
What team is this? It is Rotherham United, Tastar. Millers, you know the club's not did anything when Mickey Hulkworth not managed to find anything out. TSR. Yeah, that is true, to be fair. And last but not least, Russ, knowing how lucky it'll be continued, that number will be staying. I can see that, because Tony Stewart is that adamant that he'll want a certain fee that they'll offer 10k less and he'll not accept it. I can just see that happening, Right. We're going to end the show. And Tavstar there, Royal United Fair Play. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, Tavstar. I hope they'll see you in the next one we do, which will be Monday. So welcome along. Right, we're going to end it in a minute. I want to ask Lee one more question, and I want to finish on that. Before I do that, I want to still ask Pete and IFC Ben. Right, so Pete, I'll start with you. So our first 3 games, as I mentioned, Cheltenham, York, Chesterfield. What realistically should we hope for points-wise out of the 3 games, in your opinion?
Oh, what? 9, but we're not going to get it, are we? I think we'll end up with 3, mate. That'll be it.
If you will get 3 points.
3 points.
Okay, fair enough then. Ben, so Ben, do you have a season ticket, Ben? Just quickly.
No, unfortunately, I don't know. I've got to be honest, I don't.
Yeah, I've won. Yeah, okay, right. So then I'll ask you then. So I've asked Pete already, and Lee, he says he's not going to answer anyway. So where do you think Rotherham will finish based on the fact that we've not got any professionals or not many professionals? You can expect players to come in, so make sure you have that in your calculation. Where do you think Rotherham will finish next season?
My heart says top 3, but my head says 8th.
Right. So you still think then top 8? Okay, fair enough then. All right then. So we've discussed a lot today about the situation at Rotherham, how poor the chairman is, how poor the club's run. So what I want to finish on, and this is why I want to come back to Lee, right? So I'm sat here, Lee. I'm a Rotherham United fan. I am sick to death of the way the club's run, right? What do you want me, or what do you want Rotherham fans to do about it? Or is there nothing we can do?
So, I mean, the
You know, a lot of people say sometimes you've got to force change yourself rather than just sit there and do nothing. So I'm asking you, like, in your opinion, what can we do to kind of change this situation?
there's not a lot we can do, is there? I mean, one thing is you don't support the team, and then obviously the club doesn't get money. It's a vicious circle. You've got to stand up against what is going on at the football club. You've got to be vocal at the stadium and let the chairman know you're not happy, because apparently he doesn't know that the fans are upset. So you need to start letting him know that you're not happy with the way the club is being run at the moment. So that's what I would say. I would say we just need to stick together. End of the day, we all support Rotherham. We want us to get promoted. We've got to remember it's League Two. It's a terrible league, so we should get promoted. So yeah, it's just one of them. Yeah.
So would you before, like, let's say for example, someone says, right, let's get tennis balls in and throw them on pitch. Would you be an advocate for that, or would you rather us not do something like that?
No, I'd rather us do something like that. I'd rather us let us
Feelings down.
Let the feelings know. Let us know that they're unhappy, because usually that does force some kind of change. It happened at Sheffield Wednesday. They ended up getting Chansiri out. And now you speak to every Sheffield Wednesday fan, they're looking forward to the season. They can't wait for it to happen. And I feel so jealous that they are feeling like that. And I listened to their chairman the other day, spoke really well. The signings they're making are way better than League One level. And you just think, wow, they're going to have a decent season. You can just tell, yeah. And us, we're just like, well, if we sign these 10 players, we might be okay. We might get promoted. That's where we're at. It's ifs, buts, and maybes. We want to be like, we're Rotherham United. We're the big team in this level. Everybody's going to come to us for a cup final. And if we haven't got the players that are better than the level and the mentality, they're going to get sucked up straight away. And like these young kids, what I'm telling you about, they're going to get sucked up. So it's all right, you're getting numpties saying, be positive, be this, be that, be that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Why are we mentioning Wednesday? Because it's our podcast, mate.
Yeah, I'll just go
a little podcast and rattle off to 14 people. I'll do it to 395 people that I am talking to now. We're talking about Wednesday because we're talking about fan bases. We're talking about football. We're not talking about a pint at the local pub. We're talking about football. So let's just crack on with football. But yeah, for me, the fan base will never stick together, will they? Everybody's got a different opinion. Everybody wants what they've got. Nobody's going to stick together. As a fan base, we just need to support the team. That's it. And let the chairman know that we're not happy with him. You can support Rotherham United without not supporting the chairman. For me, I'll always support Rotherham United. I don't support Tony Stewart. That's it. Tony Stewart, for me, is finished. I'm done with him. And as somebody said, I want him gone. Yeah, I want him gone. Off the earth. Done.
Right.
Finito.
Right. Cheers, Lee. I will finish off with the comments and then we'll leave it there. McStinker, it can be done without a budget. Look at Lincoln last season. The concern is we left too late to the team. It can, I think, as Lee said, McStinker, it's more about luck rather than, what you're planning. So it can be done, but it is more about luck. Russ, great show as always. Keep well, lads. Thanks, Russ. I hope you're good as well. 17th finish based on ambition. Big Jim, bookmark this. We will win the first 3 games. I'll remember that, Big Jim.
Big Jim. Yeah, Go on, that's the positive we want.
All negative. Yeah. Positive brings confidence. Is Paul Warner going to get his man or Paul Warner? I think so. Thoughts on Mickey Hugworth? I think he's not a real person. I think he's like a fake account, Millers 0805. Kaylee, you are a bot. I thought you said you are hot then. You are a bot. Why we mentioned Wednesday? Well, it was Wednesday yesterday, weren't it? YCC, I am going to the Sheffield match. I feel like a parent return from holiday after leaving my teenage son to look after the house. And it's going to be bad, but I don't exactly know how bad. And then Right. We've had quite a lot of good views today. It was up at like 600, 650 at one point. So really appreciate you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Obviously, we're about to go into a new season. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't miss any Rotherham or EFL or Premier League content. Thanks for P, Ben, and Mr. Bush himself for joining us. We'll be back again on Monday for Millers Monday. Is that right, Lee?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just want to confirm. So we'll see you next Monday. Up the Millers. Cheers, everyone.
Just before you go, just quickly. So,
go on then.
Pete, you're saying we're finishing third.
Top 3, yeah.
Top 3. Ben, what are you saying?
Top 3 or 8th.
Bez, what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm like you. I'm not saying anything. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get me either. You know, at the end of the day, these guys who kind of made a guess, if they get it wrong, it don't really matter. But you know that me and you are going to be running our prediction show, and that will matter. So there's no way I'm predicting until I know Rotherham's full squad.
Very competitive, man. He don't want me to get one up on him. I will give my prediction before the first game of the season, because then that's it. Then the squad's ready.
Yeah,
well, it should be ready. And the voice of reason is telling me we're going to get 10 new signings. So I'm waiting for these 10 new signings. And if they come in, I'm going to be the positive Rotherham United fan in the world, because football can change it. If we get them 10 signings, Pete,
don't worry.
I'm with you. I think we win the league on 100 points. That's where I'm at.
Right.
I mean, we've only been doing this an hour, and Lee's gone from Rotherham going down to Rotherham winning league down.
Pete said 10 players to me. One of them, he told me, were Ronaldinho, Cucurella. He said we're signing all them, so I'm definitely taking 100 points.
Easy.
Right. And on that note,
told me these are signings.
Yeah. And here's the voice of reason. So if that's a P, you do normally get I know you don't really know about the 10 sides, but when you say, oh, we're signing this player or that player, you normally get it right, Pete, to be fair. So there we go.
Is our voice of tapping people up.
That's it, yeah.
It's like
Right. Right. We'll leave it at that. Cheers, everyone. Ben, V, Lee, thanks a lot for your contributions. We'll see you on Monday. Up the Millers.
Up the Millers.